Hi friends, it's Nancy Jacobs from Embroidery It at embroideryit.com, and I'm so glad to be here with you this evening. We're going to make this cute little card for Valentine's Day. I'll begin by telling you the supplies that you're going to need. And the first thing is the design, and you can get that over at embroideryit.com. It's free during the month of January to newsletter subscribers. So when you're over there, just scroll down to the bottom of the home page and sign up for the newsletter, and you will get a link in the newsletter. If you're watching this and it's after January, friends, there's always something fun going on over there. So don't feel like you've missed out. There'll be something else good for you there too. All right, the other supplies that you're going to need are you're going to need 2 pieces of felt cut 5 inches square and a piece of cotton fabric cut 5 inches square. You're going to want a piece of ribbon, and I used narrow ribbon and I cut it at 11 inches. For the card itself, I took scrapbook paper, an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of scrapbook paper. If you cut it in half, then you get 2 cards out of 1 piece of scrapbook paper, and then when you fold it, you've got your card made. You're also going to want to have on hand some painter's tape, as well as a 1/8 inch hole punch and a pencil, and I think then we're good to go. All right, I've got my design loaded in the machine. I have my 4x4 hoop hooped up with a lightweight tearaway stabilizer, and you're going to need 4 colors of thread of your choice. Just get them to match your fabric in your card, and then you're ready. Print out the thread chart that is included in the design. That way you can follow along exactly with the colors, and you know what is coming up next. You can see that. But if you guys are watching with me, you guys can stitch right along with me, and you can see exactly right here, because we're going to do this in real time, so you can see exactly what's coming up and what we're doing. And if you haven't tried an in the hoop project, this is a great beginner project for you. So give it a whirl and join me, and here we go. I'm going to change the camera view so it's going to point at the machine, and the first thing it's going to stitch is the placement line. The color of thread that I have in the machine is the color to match the outside satin stitching here. This is just going to show us where to place our fabric, and I'm going to take 1 piece of felt and my cotton fabric, and I'll line it up there, and I'm going to center it over my stitching. And felt is so nice, friends. It's just a really good fabric that it's not going to pucker, it's not going to cause problems, and the cotton fabric really will stay on the felt nicely. The felt has a nice tooth to it, so that way the cotton fabric doesn't move around on us. Now what that did, that was the tack down. We used the same color of thread, and that attached the felt and the cotton fabric to our stabilizer. And now what we're going to do, I'm just going to push the machine out of the way a little bit. I've got some spring action scissors here. We're going to cut just the cotton fabric and cut it close to our stitching. And these spring action scissors just cut lickety split around the design. They are my favorite go-to scissors. You guys can find them on Amazon or at your local sewing store. See, take a look. All right, now we're going to change our thread color. I'm going to pull the machine closer again, put the hoop back in, but we want to change the thread color now to our darkest color. And listen, friends, you guys can use any color you want. This is just what I've chosen, but you can use, if you want it to be your lightest color, that's totally fine. Whatever you like. And what this is going to do is it's going to stitch. You can see the dark stitching around its little scallopy part around the outside. And it'll take it just a minute here put the camera even a little closer so you can see. The next color of my card that I'm going to stitch is the kind of peachy color that's just inside the dark color. So I'll get my peach colored thread ready to go. Okay, that first bit's done here. Back the camera away just a tad. Next color in. And this is going to take just a minute. So while it does, I'm going to change the camera just a bit. And friends, this is a really nice design because it can be used for a number of things here. If you don't want to use it as a card, you can easily turn these into coasters. The very last thing to stitch are the eyelets at the top. You can see them here on this one. That's the very last thing to stitch. So if you don't want those, just stop the design ahead of time and then you don't have to, and this makes a cute little coaster. The eyelets allow you to attach this to the card. It also allows you to turn this into like a gift tag, into a banner. This matches the other banner designs, and I'm going to show that to you here in just a little bit as well. But anyway, it's really versatile. There's different banner designs and they all coordinate together, so you're going to get to see that here too. We're coming around the corner here on our stitching. Switch it over so you guys can see. And the last color of stitching that it's going to stitch is the light color around the heart as well as the little crosshatch design. So I'm going to get my light color of thread ready. So friends, you can stitch this with me real time. You can, start this video over, get your supplies together, and your machine can stitch right along with mine so you can see every step that we take. There we go. Now we'll switch to our lightest color of thread now. Okay, so as it stitches that, I'm going to show you here now on the card. When you open up the card, here's what it looks like on the inside. So what I've done is I used a hole punch and I punched the little eyelets here. If you don't have an 1/8 inch hole punch, you can use a sharp scissors to punch a hole. You can use an awl to punch the hole. Anything you need to just get in there and get the hole so that you can get the ribbon through. And then what I ended up doing is, just to cover up, because this is where the ribbon goes through, just to hide that, I took a hole punch. I used to do a lot of scrapbooking, and I took just a scrap that I had left over from the matching paper. I punched a hole, or punched a circle, used some double-sided tape, and then just taped it to the inside, and then that just hid where the ribbon was going through. But what's nice about this then, friends, is you can give this as a gift that the recipient can take this off of the card and use it in other ways as well. So they don't have to leave it on the card. They can be really a practical gift. They can use it as a coaster or whatever they want. Okay, take a look here. All right, the next thing it's going to do is it's going to stitch the outside border. So what we want to do is we've taken the hoop off of the machine, but we're not going to unhoop the design. We're going to leave it as is. We're just going to turn the design upside down. Set it on the table here, and we're going to take our second piece of felt and just cover the back side. Now I take a little bit of painter's tape. Scotch tape is fine, and just tape the corners, because you don't want those corners to get caught. You want those to stay put. So here's what the back side of your design looks like. Here's the front. We're going to put it back on the machine. And we need to switch our thread color, and this time we're going back to the thread we started with, the thread that went around the scallop circle, because this is going to stitch the satin border around the scallop circle here. There we go. And a little bit so you can see better. And this is going to take a few minutes, so while it's stitching, I'm going to show you some of the other things that you can do with the design. It doesn't have to be used as a card. This is a really nice versatile design. The very last thing that it's going to stitch are the eyelets. That's the very last little bit here. So if you don't want those, just don't stitch them. Just stop at this point. After it's stitched the satin border, just stop. You don't have to add the eyelets. So then what that does is it makes it into a coaster. Other things that you can do with it besides using it as a coaster or for a card, or you can turn it into ornaments here. So you can see, I had these on the tree. I want to get them in the right order here. So I had these on the tree, and it spells out joy. Just one letter side by side. See, this all coordinates with the scallop circle alphabet. It coordinates with some of the other scallop circle designs that I have. So this is a tree ornament. You could attach this to a plant. You could attach it to a gift. You could add it to a centerpiece at your table for New Year's. Here's a little New Year's card. And on this one, I just used a little sticker. Oops, kind of fuzzy there. I just used a little sticker to cover where the ribbon went through. See, just let your imagination go wild here. They make into a banner. This is just part of my Happy New Year's banner, Happy New Year's Day. And it's got the same little clock here, so you can string this along and make a banner. Another design that coordinates with this is the elephants. We've got a left and a right facing elephant. Perfect for a child's room or a baby's room. Good for Valentine's Day. You can add a child's name to it with the alphabet set. Another one is the acorns here. It's a little better here. Sometimes it's hard to get it where you guys can see. I try to find the camera here. And I've also got it's a left and a right facing acorn. And this is part of my Give Thanks banner. And I've just cut little strips of fabric with pinking shears and tied the fabric onto the cord. So it just kind of gives it a country look. So those are some other things that you guys can do with this design. Now, this is still continuing to stitch. I'm going to show you here where we're at, just so you guys can see. It's coming around. We've got a few minutes yet on it. But while it's still stitching around, I'll show you here on this one. There. So when the design is finished, like I said, if you don't want to put the eyelets here, you don't have to. But what you're going to do is, we've got the back on. This is what the back looks like in the front. And we're just going to tear away the stabilizer. And I just kind of carefully tear it away. You don't want to stretch the felt. There we go. And get you some sharp scissors here. And we're going to, actually, it may be easier if I change the camera view. You guys can see me a little better here. We're going to trim about 1/8 of an inch away from the stitching. Can you see that? Got just a little bit of a border of felt there. So trim around this nicely. Beautiful on a gift package. It's another way to use them. You can hang it from a child's backpack. You could use it as a bookmark. All kinds of things that you can do here. So take a look here. I already have now 3 hearts. I mean, and they stitch up. You're done stitching this thing in about 20 minutes, and you can easily make a set of 4 coasters. So I'm getting all ready for Valentine's Day with these coasters. I'm going to take them up to my living room and use them up there. It's just finishing here the last bit. It'll only take a minute here now. My machine, I don't know if you can see it, does not trim jump stitches. It's just not sophisticated enough to do that. So I do have to go back and trim any jump stitches, but that's okay. This is a Brother 1250D. The largest hoop size for it is a 5x7 hoop. Okay, it's coming around that last little curve there. Okay, friends, this is the point where I was saying if you're wanting to use this as a coaster, just stop here. Just take it out of the machine and just stop completely, because we're going to attach this to the card. We're going to finish stitching the eyelets. I'll show you real quick how we finish up the last part of the card, and you have a card that's beautiful to give someone for Valentine's Day. Okay, that's it. And the machine beeped, says it's done. Toop. Take a look. Let me switch cameras. There we go, you guys, this is it. We're done. So we're going to take it out of the hoop. And I already showed you about tearing away the stabilizer and trimming it. So I'm just going to show you real quick about the eyelets, how that works. So I have an 1/8 inch hole punch. And this is a scrapbooking one, but you guys can find an 1/8 inch hole punch at the office supply store. You could find it at your local craft store. So I just have to watch there where I'm punching so that I get right in the center. There. You can see that punch those holes really easily. I've got my scrapbook paper, and you can also purchase the pre-made cards too. What you're looking for is an A2 card or what's called a 5.5 inch card. So we took our scrapbook paper, folded it in half, and now I have a little card here. And what I would want to do is I'm going to line this up exactly where I want it to go on my card. I take a pencil, I mark where I want my holes to be punched on my card, and then I use my hole punch to punch right where I've got it marked. Thread my ribbon through and tie a little bow. Like I said, then the recipient can leave this on the card, but you guys, it's a practical gift. They could take it off, and even though it already has the eyelets, they could still use it as a coaster. They could still use it as a home decor item. So it really makes a sweet little Valentine's Day gift. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. And like I said, head over to embroideryit.com, sign up for the newsletter, and you guys can get this design or whatever else we have going on there at that time. All right, you guys take care. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.